we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week.
Start. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Ready to fire from the pistol. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
To the air on second down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And as a quarterback, you know when you're throwing a corner route, the football is going to travel a long distance, so you've got to have great timing. You've got to get the ball out of your hands before the receivers come out of his break. You've also got to put a lot of air under the pass so the wide receiver can locate it. You can tell this quarterback has thrown a ton of these routes in practice.
Let's talk for a second about NC State. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
They want to run it left here. Oh, he's got some space. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
NC State will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Big fella moving. Touchdown, North Carolina State. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the entire field and you put 6 up on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Christensen. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. running back searching for a hole. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get the...
Breaks into the open. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the +42.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Complete in the middle. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Looking deep. Working on the right. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
That much time for any good QB in college football is not going to equal success for your defense. The defense has to do a better job trying to get pressure on the quarterback. He's way too comfortable.
This time they'll go to the running game. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So first down here as they go back to work. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. To the air on first down. Trying to beat the D deep. He's got it inside the 15. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
The huge explosive play put them right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. Zings it complete to the right. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. And the D deny them on second and goal. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, NC State!
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And they tacked on the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Power football with the run. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
And the Scarlet Knights line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. The offense changing the play. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
I know you want to keep the ball away from the other offense, but going for it inside your own 40? And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own. Great field position.
It's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield. Great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Back to pass. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. NC State comes to the line to deal with third and short. try to get the first through the air. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. From the gun, they'll try the middle.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So
turning it on! And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Leaves it with the running back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And after having a nice gain like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Wants to go up top. Setting up the screen. Touchdown, Rutgers! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're working that left side. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Keeps looking downfield. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it more.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
My goodness, this offense has got it rolling. They might put up a 50-burger. This defense, they don't have any answers right now. They're going to have to figure something out.
NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. It's complete. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Oh, they're after him. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Fires into the end zone. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the 1st half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. North Carolina State will kick it off to open the 3rd quarter. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the 1st half, and they might need even more production here in the 2nd.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Catch in the middle, it's Royer.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Scarlet Knights are flying down the field. The give on the counter. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Might be changing the route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Using the quick game.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the 1st half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the 2nd half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. A first down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, State University of New Jersey. And that one will put them up here in the second half. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point was good. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Going to swing it on second down. Pocket breaking down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And this is a defense that I think is really feeling themselves right now, especially after some of the good things they did in that first half. Getting a sack right away in the opening play of the third quarter, that's got to get the juices flowing. And you know after that, they're going to keep this pass rush coming.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Finds space on the right. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw on first down. Sends it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Makes the catch. There he goes. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. From the gun, running back gets to give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden, they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. We reached the break. It's NC State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. He might want another play. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete to the left. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Scarlet Knights can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Quick completion on the out. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking to throw for it. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And that is a backbreaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play, but the defense came up big in a big moment.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice. Oh, he's got some space. The 50. Past the 30. Smashes through the tackle. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wolfpack. As They push that lead out. A really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Indiana is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard, and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 13 over USF. We'll circle back. If anything big happens in this clash in the American, you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
And they're not on the same page there.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On fourth down, looking to pass. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
So you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. Working well behind the sticks on second down. He wants to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. The Scarlet Knights are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. And the Scarlet Knights come to the line in the hurry-up. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grab near the marker, it's Royer. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there getting that first.
Looking to throw on first down. It's caught. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Scarlet Knights have it with a first and goal. Wants to adjust the pattern. From the gun, looking for a man. It's on target and complete. The short pass will come up just a tad short of the goal line. Trying to run it in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A touchdown here on third and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Into the end zone. Can't
make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're over looking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
And with that field goal, man, we've cut this to a one-possession game late. Now it's decision time. 2 timeouts in your pocket. Do you feel confidence in your defense? Or do you think you need to go with the onside here? Interested to see what they do.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. To the air on first down. Good timing on the quick out. Still on his feet at the 45. There he goes. He's at the slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And he's going to bring this one out. He gets a block. He's on the loose. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Rutgers.
All right, big touchdown makes it a 9-point game. You've got to kick the extra point right now, and then you've got to find a way somehow, some way to get the football back. You're going to have to score again and go for 2. A lot has to go right, but at least you get that touchdown to give yourself an opportunity.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Those opportunities, those returns like that can be such game changers, and everyone was right on point, and he took it to the house. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level there.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
Well, what a play by the defense. They're trailing here in the fourth quarter by 1 possession, able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Wants to go up top on first down. Here comes the heat. Did the work himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you get into the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first one.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost him.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. First play of the drive, wants to throw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. He's going for it all. And it's his 4th interception of the night. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Leaves it with the back. And the final play is just a short gain, and we're at the end of the game. The great Nick Saban often says players often respond better to losses. They listen.